What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Unconventional Mindset. Kevin, Leo, how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you as always. Hello, and GM. Is that good morning? Maybe that's good morning. Good morning. Good to see you guys. For everyone else, my name's Odum, and every Monday through Friday we get together right here on YouTube and we live stream our process as we try to build ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. Last year we made 100K. This year we're striving for 250K, but we got a lot of work to do because we've been focusing a lot on product development for the first half of the year. Second half of the year, I think we need to focus on actual product marketing and product market fit, all that fun stuff. Okay. I'm a boomer. So what? So probably what does it mean? What's GM? I think I'm like chess grandmaster. What's going on? All right. So yesterday we were working on hero sections. Good morning. That's what I said. Yeah, it means good morning. That's what I said. Does that make me a boomer? Okay. Anyways, and I just hope you guys are all having a great day. And yeah, yesterday what we were doing is we were working on hero sections, and I did a few more up kind of after I came back yesterday, and have so far in total 46 different hero sections, some with logos, some without logos, messing around with full screen, like a full image on the background. So just kind of playing around. So I won't take up too much time talking about that stuff. There's more that I want to do because I don't have anything here for things with videos, because we definitely want to have hero sections with video placeholders. I don't know if we want to duplicate all of these ones and replace these with videos, because that's not really going to make sense, because that's not how people really use videos. But some people do put some off to the side and the full screen background. So we'll play around with other hero sections to make them with videos. But anyways, I feel like this is a good number, at least to start with. There's lots of different things that we could do that are a little bit more, I want to say like off the beaten path in terms of how people lay out their home pages. But I figure for at least right now, we'll stick with the generic stuff and get, what is it, like 20% of the effort to get 80% of the way there kind of thing. And yeah, some browsers have video restrictions. Yeah, no, that's definitely something to consider. But the one good thing that you can do is that if you do have like a video background, you can default and fall back onto just having an image there if it doesn't play. And especially when it comes to autoplay as well too. Yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely things to consider. And I mean, the thing is if somebody wants to put a video and they know the restrictions and the limitations, then they're free to do that if they want. And then of course, having a fallback plan of an image as a background, then that's perfect. I mean, what else can you do really? All right. So today I figured we just might as well start with doing some pricing sections and not get too bogged down in more hero stuff. So we have a total of 5 pricing sections. Again, we're going to use our new way of thinking here of minimizing the amount of work a user will have to do if they want to look for components. So we're going to do different variations of these components basically. So we're going to have more options for the user, whether it's 1 column, 2 column, 3 columns, and what's inside the text as well, inside the body areas. So we're going to get, we're going to get started with that today anyways. So what we need to do at first, I wish I could zoom in on this UI interface for Figma, but unfortunately we can't. So we're going to go with pricing, and we need to get like a good icon for that. Maybe get like a money bags icon or something. Okay, so pricing, and we'll start with a frame with our general desktop frame. And this is pricing number 1. So I think what we can start off with is at least just kind of duplicate the ones we have here already. And we'll see how we can modify them going from 1 column to 2 column, maybe even 4 column, depending on, some pricing does get a little bit more complex as well too. So we might want to think about yeah, maybe doing like 1 to 4 columns. I'm not sure. Okay. So let's have another quick look here. Maybe to zoom in a little bit. Zoom in doesn't really make the image bigger. All right. Yeah, okay. So let's start with, I guess, the top of the pricing. So, and I wonder if we should have it where the pricing, no. I'm thinking if it should have something like an eyebrow section. I think maybe just the tier name. So I guess we'll just, well, let's just go with this for now, and then we could adjust as needed. Okay, text, we're going to have this be probably our H4 text. And we're going to have it as the heading color. And we need to find a good movie quote to use. So basically I've been using, for each different type of component, I'm using quotes from like one of my favorite movies. So I have to think of a good movie for pricing. Maybe a movie that has to do about like money, like a heist money or something like that. Like some Ocean's 11's quote. I love Ocean's 11. That's a fun movie. Okay. So maybe before we get to that, let's just take this Forrest Gump quote and use that here. Okay, and we're body default. Yeah, that looks fine. So RTax, you're sinking. I don't know that quote. RTax, you're sinking. Yeah, I don't know that. What's that from? It's either I'm going to kick myself for not remembering, or it's a movie I haven't seen. Yeah, we'll do that. And then what else do we have? Oops, I'll go here. Then we can kind of get into the pricing. So this one's going to be, of course, never ending. Yeah, that's when he's sinking into the, is it like when he's in the, it's like the swamp of despair or something like that, where they got to traverse the swamp. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that was so sad. And he doesn't loses his horse, and he's got to pass the place with the 2 eyes that shoot if he like experiences fear. Like after that, yeah, the Neverending Story, classic. What's the name of the flying dog there? Atreyu or something like that? No, Atreyu's the name of the main character. What's the dog's name? Anyways. Classic story. That's too sad. I can't use that. Can't use that. All right. Right, 99. I got 99 problems. This one, yeah, the Swamps of Sadness. Yeah. Still traumatized by that scene. Yeah, it's sad for sure. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. Because it's sad. It's a good movie though. Oh, it's a fantastic movie. It doesn't hold up as much when you're watching it as an adult, when you're a kid back in the 80s, but still classic in my books. Okay, what are we doing here? Colors. Right, we're gonna have to basically unlink this completely. Let's go. 700. Falkor, the Luck Dragon. Yeah, that's it. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. It's probably been too long, because I watched it when the kids were younger. But I don't think they liked it very much. So So yeah, we haven't seen it in a while. It's probably been at least 10 years, I would imagine. Back when the kids were a little bit younger. Now they're older. That luck dragon. Yeah, I love that thing. Everybody wanted a flying dog dragon kind of thing. Well, I guess maybe I call him a dog because he looked like a dog. Okay, so he's a dragon. Sorry, he's a dragon. All right. Let's see. Font size. I think this looks pretty good here. But is this the line? This is the line height, right? And I guess we want a pricing indicator, right? And we'll use probably just this. So something like this. Just kind of what we have here. Oh, we also have the currency. Body default, that's the same thing. But we want that to be black, and let's unlink this so we could bold it. Perfect. And let's actually take this. Nope. Let's throw this in a layout. Currency and frequency, I guess we'll just call it. And then here we can just put this in a layout and just call this price. So right now we want to, we want to look at, I think let's unlink this one. Unlink this one as well. Let's go 16. And then I could fine tune things here with this. Actually, I think we want to make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, actually, same with this as well. Yeah, better. Let's go. Spacing. Is this spacing? Yeah, that's spacing. -2%. I like that. Leo, beautiful website, by the way. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really struggling with design for my website. Broken heart. Yeah, I mean, design is not something. It's yeah, I don't know. It's not easy. But it's a skill. It's a skill that you can learn. Like I even for myself, I still think that I'm a crappy designer, even though I've been doing it for like 20 years. But yeah, it's just a skill, and all I could say is just practice, and look at what other people are doing, and try to get some inspiration. And even at first, a little bit of copying can go a long way. Yeah, not straight like ripping off, but like try to look at ideas and concepts that you really like on other sites, and kind of combine them and put them together to create something that's your own for what you do. But I'll say, if you stick with me, I'm going to be getting tutorials and all that kind of stuff. So for people that do want to become a better designer, then, and if you do want to, then stick around, because I'm going to get some good stuff for you. So you'll be designing stuff that I designed in no time. But I will say though, I would imagine, like being real here, all of my like tutorials and everything that I want to have and teaching and educating, it's probably not going to be for like the next 6 months or so, just in terms of how long it actually takes to produce and create all that kind of stuff. But anyways, thank you though for the praise. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so We got the price here. Right, and then we get the what's it called? Just kind of like the here's what you get, and then the bullet points. Sam, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Leo, check a documentary called Everything is a Remix. I've never actually seen that, but I just imagine it's just talking about like everything has been done before and everything's just kind of reuse and reshape of things that have come before. I mean, yeah, especially if you think about like music, you know, there's like how many chords? I mean, well, I guess there's lots of chords, but there's all different variations in how you put them together. And it's like, there's very simple things in music theory, and so many songs just use the same chord progressions over and over and over again, and just have different beats and different things. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, everything's a remix. But that's how humans learn and grow. I mean, you take what's been done before, and you just take that knowledge and then add a little bit of sprinkle of your own flavor or whatever, and then you got something, you know, quote unquote new. Yeah, where? Yeah, that's a good question. Where can you find this documentary? I find my stuff on the high seas. That's just where I find my stuff. But I don't know where you could legit go find something. Oh, they're even better. It's on YouTube. Yeah, copy, transform, combine seems to be the formula. Yeah, there's a, like, one of my favorite, I mean, this is going a little bit off. It's not really with design, but it's about creativity. My favorite director is Quentin Tarantino. And, you know, you listen to him talk, he has such a love of the movies, and he's seen like basically, I think he's seen every movie ever made. Like, he's seen a lot of movies. So he has a really vast knowledge of movies. But you look at his movies and you look at how he shoots a lot of his scenes, and again, they've been done before, you know, in the sense that he pays homage to the people, the greats that came before him, and he frames the shots in specific ways or whatever that, you know, they're new and novel in the sense that he puts them in his movies and his dialogue and all that kind of stuff. But the shots themselves are composed, like the composition, it's been done before. A lot of Hitchcock's, like a lot of stuff, right? So it's really, really, yeah. You take stuff that's been done before, and you kind of put your own spin onto it, and then you get something new or newish. But that being said, I think there is still room for innovation on certain things where it's like almost like a new technology will come into place which allow you to do something almost completely new. But I don't know what that is. I haven't seen a website in a long time that I've been like, wow, this is 100% completely new. I've never seen anything like this before. But that being said, there are a whole lot of websites which are like, wow, this is like really top-notch, high-quality work. Yeah, so Kevin recently rewatched Kill Bill 1 and 2. So darn good. Yeah, those are great movies. And he's doing his last movie, and I thought he was going to maybe do a third Kill Bill, which I don't know if that would count in his slate of 10, and then he's kind of done. But his last movie, I guess it's called The Critic, and I try not to learn too much about what he's doing, his movie, so I don't know anything except it's just called The Critic, which is based in the 1970s. So I don't know if he's doing another Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where he's going to do in the film industry kind of thing. So that should be interesting. Anything that he does is interesting. Yeah, I think the last movie I rewatched was Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What was that? Mexico once? Isn't that? Oh no, I was thinking of. I think that Once Upon a Time in Mexico, isn't that the sequel from Desperado with Johnny Depp? I can't remember. Anyways, let's get back to work. All right. So what are we doing? Right, pricing. So we need a little bit of a little text here. Here's what you get. And what we'll do with this one is we'll make this one slightly larger text. And we're going to unlink it so we can bold it Oh, no, I don't want to do that one. Unlink from there. There we go. And color, of course, is going to be tokens. It's weird. I don't know if Figma's been doing some updates, but sometimes the tokens show up at the bottom and now they're showing up at the top again. I don't know. Maybe it's Figma doing some updates. Okay. So here's what you get. And we want to throw in a check. Where is this? All right. We got that in there. And this is a feature that you get. We'll get some better text for this for sure. But for now, just placeholder is fine. Default, and we're going to fill with regular text. Okay. Take these two. Auto layout. What do we call it? A feature? A pricing feature? Okay, and spacing maybe 4. Don't want too much. No, that's too little. Maybe 8. Okay, that looks good. And I guess we want to. Whoops, I don't want to auto layout. The auto layout. I want to make another one and a couple more. And maybe a couple more. Okay. We'll just call this features. Okay. And we need to throw in a button. What else do we need to throw in? I think for the intros, that's kind of all that we have. Oh, I like this one as it has an X, so that if you're copying it, you can have features that you don't have on. Right. So yeah, no, I like this. Right. We have this icon with an X. So users don't have to go try to find a different icon for a feature that they want to list but is not available in this specific tier, like the lower tier. So I think we must. Do we have that? Close. Oh, I don't know. Icons. Okay, we have a remove icon, but it's not circled. So remove, like circle. Okay, let's just grab it from here. And I have to figure out actually what I can do with icons and what license I have with these. Because I think I need to have a commercial license where like I have the ability to include it in the things that I sell, right? Which, yeah. So what am I looking for? Plus. Here's a plus, but it's not in a circle. Oh, it's in a different. I think that check is in a different icon set. Oh no, why I have a plus here? Oh, but we want plus, we want X. And we have this check here. Well, that's weird. It must be from a different icon set. Okay, I should be consistent in the icons that I'm using. That's for sure. Unless I'm missing. Oh, here it is. Here we go. No, here. I just didn't see it. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Copy that. And let's paste it here. Of course, this is the actual component. Let's move it out. Okay. And we should be able to replace this one, right? I don't know where it's getting it from. We need to, yeah, let's go to the pricing interface, outline, remove. There we go. And copy this and paste it here. I don't think we should put it in red actually, because that seems almost like a warning. We don't want to warn people or draw attention to, you know, something that's not there. So maybe just a grayed out. So we'll use our gray here. I guess this is a feature that you don't get. And this is really kind of only included when you're doing like price comparisons, generally speaking. Because for me anyways, I generally don't like to tell the customer what they're not getting. You just want to tell them what they are getting. Yeah. And I think of that like when I think someone told me this way back in the day when I was giving presentations, and I would say, oh guys, I had this really amazing slide to show you and it was going to be so awesome, blah, 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 but I don't have it. So you get this instead. So, and people would give me feedback and say, don't say what you don't have, because then people are going to think that, well, I don't know, they could think of a whole bunch of different things, right? That you're lazy, or that why don't you have that, or they wish they had that instead. So just don't tell them what they're not getting. Just, they don't know what they don't know, right? So just keep it at that. Okay. Once we get these sections done too, we'll start to be able to motor along on pumping out lots of different components here. No, tell them what they're missing out on. Well, I guess if you're talking about in the context of a pricing table where, you know, if you just spend a little bit more money, you'll get all those cool things. So I guess I can see that, but I think it would really depend on how you do the presentation and how you guide the reader through the value proposition of whatever it is that you're trying to sell them. So I think there'd have to be a little bit more thought as to why you're displaying it. But again, a lot of pricing pages have, this is what you're getting, this is what you don't get, and then they show, like when it's got the 3 of them, and then the first one has 10 grayed out X's, the second one has 5, and then the last one is full, so you get everything. So that could be a little bit of a, hey, you know what? You can do the bare minimum and be like all those other plebs out there, or you could be really cool and you could have everything that we have here for the low price of the most expensive price. So I could certainly be a case for that, 100%. So again, like anything, it just really kind of depends on your presentation and what it is that you're looking to achieve. So point taken there for sure. All right. So, I mean, this is pretty much it, eh? So let's just take all of this stuff here and let's put it into a nice, neat container. So we have, where's our heading, right? So we're going to throw this one in a layout. We're going to call this one, I like to call things headings because, well, I guess that's kind of what it is here. So we're not going to be fixed. We're going to hug whatever it's going to end up being inside of. And we throw our pricing up here. And I'm just going to call this actually feature list. And then here I'm going to, again, auto layout for pretty much everything. Oops, did I do it twice? No, just once. We're going to call this features. Okay, spacing, maybe just 16. It's about consistent. Right. And maybe we'll have to see if we want to change the spacing between the top and the bottom, but probably not. I kind of like it like this. So 24 I think is nice. And here, I think we'll even make this a lot smaller. 8, maybe even 4. Yeah, that gives a little bit of separation. And here we might want to go 16 times 2. I think that's, yeah, 32. Okay, in this frame, this is just a pricing column, I guess. And this one we can make a fixed width. Oh, hang on, I forgot to put the button. Where's the button? Get in there. Button. No, in. Ugh, weird. Okay. Now, I think no matter what, we have to enclose it in some kind of container, right? Where it has some type of border, just so it looks like a column, right? Just like we have here. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, you know what I think would be actually really nice? This is what we should do. So instead of creating a bunch of multiple different ones, I think we should create these pricing columns as a component on its own. And then we can create different variations of what's inside that pricing column. And then when we create more frames of the different options, instead of having to redo everything, we'll just change the layout of the column once it's inside each one of those frames. So that'll make it a little bit easier, I think, to manage things. That makes most sense. Now that I think about that, why didn't I do that with the hero section? I'm gonna have to go back and do that because that should be in components as well too. And what I'm saying by that is here, like when we have this like centered component, this should be a component. At least I think it should be. Yeah, I think it should be. I guess it depends on how people are going to want to use Figma. I don't know. Kevin, Sam, I know you guys are Figma users. What do you think? Like if you were to take this file because you wanted to put together like you want to use it to layout a website or whatever. And then you're like, okay, I want to take this hero section, and I want to take this this layout section, whatever, this call to action. Would you want that whenever this instance of, this hero section, would you want this to be in a component? Or are you okay that like, oh, I copied and pasted this hero 22, I put it in my page layout, and then I made my own changes to it, but then it's not going to affect the original hero 22. But that's the whole beauty of having things in components. Anyways, I think it makes the most sense. If anyone tells me otherwise, then I think it makes sense in components. But if there's any reason not to put them in components, then I'm listening. But I think it's going to make sense to have everything in components. I guess I was just too excited about just going in, going gung ho and making the different components. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. You just detach from the component and then do your own thing, right? So, and it just makes editing and updating things super, super easy. And again, too, if I'm thinking if someone's going to want to take this Figma file and they want to change the colors, well, I mean, the colors are already in a layout, so maybe or they're in the variable, so maybe that's a bad example. But if they wanted to change I guess if they wanted to change the text, because everything actually is pretty good in terms of having things in variables, right? So what do we have? We have the colors in these variables. We have even the layout sizes in variables. Oh, that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't put some things in actual layout components or into the container, into these variables, I should say. So I need to update that as well. But we got stuff for layouts, yeah, the container, and then we have stuff for the number of columns. This is what I need to do as well too. Yeah. But then we have some tokens. So far, I'm just using the tokens for text colors for now. And then typography as well too, right? So most things are editable by editing those things. But I also think that the text and everything within the components need to be editable as well and be put into components. I think that's going to make the most sense. Right, I usually have the sections as component. The elements inside can be static. Okay, so that's a little bit different than what I'm thinking here. I use components to easily manage breakpoints. So if one styles the desktop, they can easily duplicate and change the variant as it carries all the styles and contents. So use the components to manage the breakpoints. So if I'm understanding that correctly, Sam, so what you're doing is you create variations of the component on the different breakpoints, right? So that you alter, hey, I'm having this component and it's desktop, tablet, mobile, like that kind of stuff. Is that what you mean? Is that how you use those components? Because some of the times I'm finding that you can use auto layout to manage the layouts. So whether you're designing, whether you take a component, whether you want it for full screen or desktop, it just auto resizes based on the size of the container that it's in, right? Which is kind of really cool. So it's interesting things to think about and how to structure things. If you want to share something, absolutely, that'd be great. Thank you. I'll take a look. It's always great to see how other people structure things. So Leo, sometimes when I add games or features to my website, I just don't have any ideas and just add a dumb feature. Well, I like to, so I don't know exactly the context of what your website is and what it does. But no ideas are dumb. I mean, you just kind of go with the flow, and then the more you do things, the more you get better at stuff. And I'm sure you're like, when you're close to a project, I think you think everything is dumb and everything is crappy. So don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, so, okay, so let's fix this thing, and then we'll think about how we can structure this into a component and go from there. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about like the direction that I head in. Okay, so, right, we wanted to put some type of border around here. Let's do 2 REMs. And then we're going to want to give it a stroke. And I think we want to give it, I should have actually a token for, I'd love for like border color, which would be really nice. Yeah, that would be really nice. I wonder, let's take a look at our tokens here for a second. And I think we can go, it's going to be color. So we're going to go border slash, I mean, how many different borders are we going to have? I would imagine just kind of one. Or maybe border for, one for like content, and maybe a border for like input fields. That might be kind of cool, actually. So border, we'll just put it content. And the value, what should our value be? Let's say, I don't know. Let's just try it here for now. We could always obviously just change it. Okay, so we have that now. So let's go into this pricing table. There's black text. Where's the black text? We're gonna have to fix that. We want to go into a stroke here, and we'll set that to our border color. And this needs to be hug. Okay, so there we go. Sent you a link on Discord. I don't think I could chat. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I could do about that. I think that's just a YouTube thing, because maybe people will just start spamming all kinds of chats with URLs, which I don't think would be the best thing. I can see like right off the bat, if somebody like super popular is doing a live stream, just a bunch of people will just be like plugging their OnlyFans or something like that, which is just oh yeah, which would not be good. Anyways, thanks. I'll take a look at it after the stream if you don't mind, or I could take a look at it on the stream, but it's kind of up to you. But if you don't mind, I'll maybe just wait till after. So I'll just kind of finish off a few things here, getting everything set up for our pricing components. Unless you want me to check it out and you want to discuss, we can certainly do that as well too. So let me know what you think. Right, what are we doing? I think we can give this one a little bit of a border radius, and I feel like that should be a global variable as well too. Can you do that with radius? I imagine you can. Why wouldn't you be able to? So let's see, actually, local variables. I think maybe this would be, should we put it in layout? I guess we can almost put it in layout. Let's do that. Let's do just radius, I guess, radius. And then we'll do, not border. I think maybe small, medium, large works good. So we'll do large, and our large radius will be 16. Create variable, a number. Again, radius, medium. We'll do 8. Can I? Yeah, we could just duplicate. And small, 4. Cool, I like that. All right, now we can go in here and we can do our border radius as, oh my goodness, where are we? Should be here, right? Radius, there we go. Large. That's too much. That's too much. Yeah. I wonder if we'll change how we do, instead of having the border radius of small, medium, large, maybe we should have different radiuses for different things. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on what we like to do. Whatever works for you. The file will be free, so no secrets in there. Don't unlock secrets of the elusive Figma file. What's a fun board game you like to play? Well, you're hitting close to the heart here because I love board games. And I don't play like the standard board games like Monopoly or whatever. I go on like Board Game Geek and get like those heavier like Euro type games or whatever. So my all-time favorite game that I highly recommend is Spirit Island. So that's a great game. Fantastic game. Really, really, really fun game. So that's great. What other games? What's the game that we've been playing recently? What's it called? I'm trying to think of the one because I got so many board games. Probably have like a couple dozen board games. Anachrony, that's one of my favorite games. That game is really, really fun. It's a worker placement type of game where you're these competing factions, and there's time travel that's involved. So you know that there's going to be an accident that's going to happen that's going to almost destroy your world, and you know it's coming, and you can ship resources from yourself or to yourself from the future. But then when you're in the game and you get to that point in time, you have to make sure that you have those resources to send back to your past self of the game that you had already played over on your previous turns. And then if you don't, then you have like anomalies and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really cool. It's a really fun game. So I recommend that game a lot. So it's really, really cool. Terraforming Mars, that's a classic game. You can have so much fun playing that game. If you're looking for like a 2-player strategy game, I recommend Twilight Struggle. That's a fantastic game. and Star Wars Rebellion. That's also a great game. All right. That's a 2-player cat and mouse game where one person is the rebellion and they have their secret base, and the other person's the Empire, and you have to find them before the rebels like get enough support through the galaxy to, you know, topple over the Empire. Really, really fun stuff. All right. Okay. So this is from Sam. This is Sam's. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, it's just like a wireframe kit that you have for the work you do. Oh no, because you're making components as well too, right? So, so I like that you have things really like black and white, which is really, really nice because it gives you that appearance of, well, basically like you can style this your own way. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, Hero 1, Hero 2, and I guess 2. So if you're just, I'm just gonna, is this on my, I guess this is on like my instance of this. So if I just drag this, give me, but what variations do we have on this? Try dev mode. Where am I? Comments, properties. Oh, I guess this is, I'm just kind of viewing. So this is maybe a view only mode. So, okay. So this, oh, what just happened? Oh, maybe you had to give me some kind of permissions or something like that. Okay, so there's 2 variants in this component. Oh, okay, that's really, really cool. And then your variants are, I would imagine, mobile and desktop. Really, really cool. Oh, I like this. This is actually a really cool placeholder. But I'll put a lot more work into the placeholders than I have. That's really cool. I like it. Oh, I like it. This is really cool. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Very clean. Really clean. This is really good stuff. We need to combine forces. Together, we will rule the galaxy. I like it. I like it. Yeah, so these ones, yeah, you have them as full screen, and then what it's going to look like when they collapse, which is really, really cool. That's really cool. So I love it. I love it. Then you have like a marketing. Oh, this is the whole thing here for. Oh, okay, I see what you're going here. It's kind of like the empty page here for the marketing. Really, really cool. I don't know if I want to go too much of it and see too much of it. But it makes it easy to search for and swap around stuff. Yeah, no, it's really, really cool. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. So what framework are you building these components for? Or are you just kind of building them in Figma and then you're going to be able to build them in different, I mean, you could use them in all kinds of different frameworks. All these are really good. Yeah, this is like premium stuff, man. Yeah, this is awesome. This is fantastic. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. It's for the mass framework. Right on. Right on. Right on. Yeah, I need these testimonials with these images. Yeah, really good stuff. I love it. I love it. So, yeah, so inside here, so you got your rows and then you got your columns. Yeah. And then you got, yeah, let's take a look what you've done here with your local variables. Yeah, so you got your width set here. Nice. And then you got your text styles here as well. Yeah, headings, paragraphs. Oh, this is neat. I like where you're thinking on this one, where you have your paragraphs in extra large, and then you have the different weights of those paragraphs, which is really, really cool. I like that. Cool. I like it. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. You got some shadows and box shadows. Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff yet, but yeah, that's good. You got some guides as well too, desktop and mobile. Cool. This is awesome. I love it. I love it, man. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Oh, and the stats. And then these are just like kind of, yeah, this is really, really cool. Is this one still kind of like in production, it looks like, as you're kind of building away? Really cool. I love it. I'm just going to read a little bit of this. So once you're all ready to go with this, you definitely have to, you know, I mean, I don't have the largest of audiences, but I'll definitely give some plugs to the stuff that you're doing. Or maybe this is it right here. Your site right here. This is really awesome. The purpose of developing this Figma library is to provide assistance in establishing a strong foundation for website construction, specifically targeting creators who utilize the ONX library components. With this library, you gain access to a wide range of more than 400 responsive layout components. These components are designed to perfectly match their counterparts in Webflow using the MAST framework. That is awesome. Congrats, man. This is really, really good. This is really awesome. So fantastic work. Fantastic work. Super awesome. Super, super awesome. All right. The thing that I'll say, at least in terms of my mindset, which is a little bit different, and I don't think there's a right or wrong in this in any way whatsoever. Because the thing that I think it's part of the MAST framework, and it's using things, and I think it's client first as well too. It's using things like large, small, extra small, extra small, and all those things, and all those like those terminologies. You totally get what it means. It's super, super intuitive that way. But I don't like that it doesn't show you what the actual value is and what the number is. And yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, I know that I think in my style guide and the framework that I have put in place, I think it's like actual having the text value as opposed to just having the text extra large or huge. I mean, these are just minor little things too. And it's all a matter of what you get yourself familiar with anyway. So it's not even like a big deal or anything like that. Yeah, it's very interesting. Right. So they do. Right. Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking. It's client first that uses the huge, extra large and whatever. And yeah, the MAST, they do use that. Yeah. Which is really, really good, which is awesome. Yeah. MAST, I think, you're porting over. Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. The more I work in Webflow, the more, the MAST framework is just, I like it better than client first. But also client first is also hugely popular too, right? So that's also one thing to keep in mind. I mean, what are you going to do, right? People are going to use it. They're going to use it. So, okay. So, right. We have this. I'm just trying to think of how in depth we should break this down, or if we should break it down into like different pieces. I don't know. Well, one thing I want to change that's just kind of throwing me off, at least while I'm thinking here, is just the actual text and make it look a little bit different so I can kind of see what it looked like with real content. Access to 100 plus components, unlimited downloads. I mean, we could just, I guess I'm mixing up things here, but bandwidth. We'll just say we'll just say 24/7, you know, chat support. Then we can have oh my goodness, what can we say? What are we saying in the other ones? Oh, let's go here. And no premium features. Let's go, where's our Figma? Right here. Say premium components, and then we can have say advanced interactions and animations. And this text fixed hug. Oh, that's the wrong one. What is going on with this? Okay, that's set to fill. That would be why. Let's close all these. Select them all. There we go. Okay. Right, so the question is, yeah. So sorry, I'm thinking whether I need to make this pricing column into a component which has, like, here's what I'm thinking. So we recreate this, and, you know, instead of this having a feature section, it has, you know, I don't know. How do I get, let me get some text in here. Need to generate Ipsum really fast somehow. Text again. Right, and just basically have all the different styles that we're going to make for pricing and have that in a component, and then you could take those components and switch them into the main component, right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like that, you know, it'll give a user a whole lot of flexibility when they're using the component to build their own layouts, if that's the goal. I think that's what the goal is. I'll have to think on it. Leo, congrats for 519 subs. I already have 19 new subs from when we got to 500. Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, so we're getting closer to the next goal, which is 1K. Yeah, absolutely. We got to get there. But I think the thing that I'm worried about the most, I'm going to use worried in quotation marks, is the watch time. I feel like I'm going to really struggle with getting to the watch time that's going to be required in order to become like a YouTube partner or whatever the case may be. So that's going to be my biggest struggle. So yeah, but I have some ideas on how I can fix that in terms of other long form but non live stream videos that I can make on this channel, which makes the most sense, which is this is more of a channel that's going to be, or that is about like the behind the scenes of trying to build a business. And the Pixel YouTube channel, that's where all the educational content's going to be. So that's going to be a completely separate channel. And I'm keeping them separate because of the fact that if at some point Pixel ends up getting to the point where I want to sell it, or I have the capability of selling it, that I don't want to take this channel and have that be associated with Pixel, right? So if somebody's going to buy it, you can also buy the YouTube channel that comes with it and the whole educational platform as well, right? So that's kind of why I want to have them separate. But anyways, make short versions of your progress every week as a video. Yeah, there's lots of different ideas that I've been bouncing around. And that's definitely one of them, where it could be some type of a weekly recap kind of thing where, all the ums and ahs and whatever are taken out. And it's just a very quick, no nonsense. Hey, here's how business went this past week. And here's the progress. So yeah, I'm hoping even when I do my weekly videos, or on Mondays, I do the weekly business recap. And it's only been 4 so far. And there hasn't been too much to recap because, again, I'm still kind of just, again, building the product. But once we get into the marketing and seeing how the marketing's working and seeing how, once users kind of start to flowing in and getting kind of that data, I think there's going to be some really interesting videos that we're going to be able to take from that, or to create, taken from either even cutting down the weekly recaps into smaller condensed videos, or just making videos on their own as well. And there could be monthly recaps, and there could just be lessons learned along the way. Here's 5 things that I've learned over 6 months, or, here's how I made my first 100,000, all kinds of different videos based on business that I can create. So there's lots. Like already planning a breakup, a classic guy move. Okay. I'm just saying, if someone out of the blue offers to buy a Pixel for $100 million, I might have to think long and hard if it's something that, I want to do. What is it? Like hope for the best, plan for the worst, something like that. I mean, that's not even worst. I don't know. I'm just saying, I think it's a good thing to do. Do you know how many hours I've invested in this? Listen, I'm not going anywhere. Listen, I appreciate all the hours. Yeah, I'm definitely not going anywhere. But I guess this is what I'm saying too, though, is that and this is obviously, it's like buying a lottery ticket. You just kind of think about it for a split second. Hey, what if I win? And then you go about your day. So I guess the way that I'm planning the business is like, hey, maybe one day I could win the lottery and somebody would somehow want to buy the business. And I think I know you know what I'm saying. I think you're just kind of messing with me here, which is kind of cool. But anyways, what am I thinking? What was my train of thought? Oh, right. So like if for whatever reason in the future, I don't want to do this anymore, or, I want to move on to something else, or I have a new business idea I want to do. And if I do want to sell it, I can sell that part of it where it's just Pixel. And then you and I we're still going to chat. Then this whole live stream will come up to the next project. It's like how to build the next thing or whatever. So then we'll live stream every day doing whatever that is. Hey, maybe that's doing something crazy. Like, hey, one thing I always wanted to do, I'm going to buy a sailboat and then sail across the world, or some stupid shit like that. And then we'll just live stream that every single day. I don't know. Who knows what we can do? But anyways, the investment is well appreciated, and it'll pay off in just the friendship is the payoff, right? Sorry, that's pretty cheesy. But I'm not going anywhere. Bro, 100 mil, I would take it and build a new business. Yeah. I mean, not getting too much into the whole financial stuff about like asset generations. I mean, that's what all the rich, the super rich elite people, I mean, they use their money to make more money. They don't just, unless you're Warren Buffett, I guess you're buying stocks, which is also just investing in business. But anyways, you build assets. And assets will just continually generate you money for forever. And I think those types of assets are what will create generational wealth. I mean, when I think of my kids and, their kids and everything like that moving forward, whenever you die and, you have like your estate, if it's just like cash or whatever, like the government just taxes the shit out of it. And then you lose so much. And then after like 1 or 2 generations, like the money's gone. And then if the kids are just, not good with their money, they'll just kind of spend it as well. But if you can put it into different vehicle assets where you have the thing that makes money and that thing never changes, because the government can't be like, hey, I'm taking 50% of your business, after someone passes away. You can't do that, right? So that is the intention and the plan that I have in mind for me, like the grand scheme of my life of having different vehicles of assets which help just generate that wealth or whatever for my family. And then eventually you get to the point where you can have like philanthropy stuff where I could just give most of it away and do good things that I would want to do in the world. I think that's at the end of the day too, is I think, what's his face? Dave Ramsey talks about that in his little 7 steps or whatever. I have some issues with Dave Ramsey and stuff that he talks about, but for the most people, it's really, really solid advice. But it's like, protect yourself, make your money, get rich, get your house or whatever, get all your stuff in order, get your retirement in order. Then once you make extra money, then just give it away. And it feels so good to do things for other people. So anyways, yeah, lots of things that we can do. But I love that because the idea of expanding your whatever empire is a good thing. But let's slow down. We gotta build a thing first. We're still looking for that first customer, right? So, but it's never a bad thing to dream a little bit big, I say. After Pixel, we go to the next step and build $1 billion business from scratch. Well, do we have to build it from scratch? I don't think Pixel could ever reach. Well, okay. Pixel pieces, I don't think would ever reach $1 billion the way that it is now, unless I don't think the market would fit that. That being said, an educational platform that is dedicated to just teaching people skills, that's going to be a very hard niche to break into, because you have the master classes and you have that. I don't think that would be much more difficult. But what I do want to build, and my next project is going to be, and people, I don't want to share my ideas because someone's going to steal it. Yeah, maybe. But my idea is for the next company, and I'm going to be, anyways, okay, I'll just say this. So I don't know if you guys know WordPress, and you guys probably know Ghost, which is a spinoff of WordPress. I absolutely love Ghost, and I love what they do, and I love how they open sourced their product, but they also made it. They also make money by hosting it for people that want to just don't want to spin up their own servers and all that kind of stuff. I love that model and I love that platform. I want to create the Ghost platform, but for community building. So you have communities like Circle. I'll just show this. Sorry, now I'm totally going off. You guys got me going off on a tangent here. So I love this product here, Circle. So if you want to build a community, you absolutely can use this product. But it's expensive. Like, this is really expensive. Like, and this is one of the reasons why I shifted Pixel Pieces away from a monthly model to a one-time payment, because of it's like, I get it too. Like, if you're on the enterprise plan, you probably have 1,000 customers paying you $10 a month. You're making $10,000. So what's the big deal if I'm spending 360? I get it. But for most people, like the 98% of people that don't have all that kind of money, don't have those memberships, even at $90 a month is expensive. Like, if there was a free plan for this, I would start it right now. Even the basic to me is $50 is too much. So what I want to do is I want to build a platform like this. So if you want to create a community, you can, and open source the code so you can just take it for yourself and have basically everything that Circle can do, and it's just free, open source. But if you want to use it with us, we'll host it for you and all the stuff that Circle does right now, right? And then you can pay, maybe that's a monthly fee or whatever. So then you don't feel bad about charging that monthly subscription fee, because you're just using that to pay for the bills, basically, right? So that's my idea, is to make a community-based platform, open source. An open source community platform. Yeah. Because I think education now is like the next gold rush. It's already there, because the way that the educational and academic institutions are going, those things are dying. They're never going to die for like engineers and doctors and all that kind of stuff. But for even people that even graphic design, I want to be a web designer. I want to be, you want to do those kinds of things, especially more in the creative space. That stuff, though, going to school and spending $200,000 in the US and whatever the crazy fees are, that's dead. Like, why would you do that when you could go online and learn for free? Like, it's ridiculous. And if you can get together with people and share your skills and thoughts or whatever, that's perfect. And anyways, that's my vision. So anyways, sorry, I'm just rambling on here. If you sell pixels, yeah, you have to build it from scratch. Yeah, for sure. Don't make it a one-time payment. It's not profitable long-term. Yeah, in terms of whatever this community thing. Yeah. It's too bad because the subscription model is nice for some things. I will admit that I don't hate it outright, and it makes a lot of sense for a lot of things like hosting, for example. But for things like software, it's this whole idea of you'll own nothing and be happy. It's like, no, I can't deal with that kind of shit. I think we need to go back, at least I'm talking about as a society here, of the idea that you can own things that you purchase and you can own the things that you buy. And I think we're moving very fast and very quickly to a place where people don't own anything, and it's just everything's just really transactional. And I don't just through my core, I don't like that. So anyways, yeah, that's the once.com, their chat, or their, what is it called? It's like the campfire, I think is what it is. Yeah, absolutely. It's I don't know if it's even subscription fatigue or just even the fact that, especially when times, I mean, our economy here, at least in North America, we're going to be in for some hard times over the next couple of years, 100%. And people look at their bills and they see like how much money they're actually spending on subscriptions. You don't even realize how much you spend on it. And then you can even become dependent on it. So it's tough. So I think it's fatigue, and it's also frustration from a lot of people. So yeah. So could you say what you think about my website? Can you send me a link of which website you want me to look at? And if you want me to do a quick critique here online on stream, then I'm happy to do so. So just let me know. I love the stuff that the Basecamp guys are doing. They do some really good stuff. And of course, their book Rework is a fantastic book. I love that one, which is just basically a blog post shoved together in a book, but nonetheless, really good stuff. I actually reached out to Jason for a job, and I sent him like a video, and I was like, "Hey, Jason, I hear you're looking for designers," and I was just like, "Hey, this is what I'm trying to do. My whole philosophy about design is blah blah blah. Make good products and work on something that you find valuable and brings it out to the world or whatever." So I said, I would love it if you gave me a chance and you'd consider me for the role. I can't even remember what I said. I put it up on YouTube. Well, obviously I made it like unlisted. So anyways, I sent that to Jason, and then he got back in touch with me, and then he was like, "Oh, I really like I really like the video. It was a really unique way to kind of get in touch. Can you send me like a portfolio of the stuff that you've done?" And this was before I started doing any of this stuff, because actually, when was this? I don't know when it was. They had some issues with some people. I think they were like talking politics in their office, and they're like, "Okay, no one's allowed to talk politics, period." So like a bunch of people like left, or some people left. So then they were like, "Okay, well, we need some more people." I don't know if you follow the Basecamp guys with 37 Signals, you would have heard about that. Anyways, I didn't have like a website or anything done because I was kind of in between a bunch of different things. I was working at Dalhousie at the time. So I said, "Well, I don't actually have a portfolio, but here's kind of the things that I've done." And I sent him like a bunch of links to like the screenshots of the stuff that I've done. And he's like, "Screenshots are really nice, but is there anything else? Can you tell me if anything I could actually, physically like click through and look through?" So then I was like, "Well, the only thing that I have that's run is data shift. And I said, hey, and I invited him to the actual platform, and I gave him like the links and whatever. You can, here's the app that we built it on Rails. And just like kind of let me know what you think or whatever. And he never checked it out, and he never looked at it. And then that was it. I never got back to like poke him after that, because I didn't want to poke. So, yeah, that's my story. I don't know. There's no end to that. That's kind of like the anticlimactic end to it. But yeah, that was my reaching out to Basecamp and trying to get a job working for those guys. Yeah, it was too bad. I wish I could have even had the chance to even just, I don't know how they hire, if they do like, hey, maybe you can work with us for a week and do like a small project or whatever. Because I think at the time, I think they were probably looking at somebody to work on Hey. And of course I love that. I don't know if that's what it was specifically, because I know I use Hey actually, because I was one of the first. I'm like, I gotta have this. So yeah, anyways, I would have loved to work with it, but anyways, we're here now. This is much better. So we're building our own thing. So right, totally on a tangent. Okay. So Leo, do you have that link? I guess, are you on Discord? I know you said you don't have a Discord, so you can't send it there, but maybe you could even just type in what the URL is, just before the www, just type it in, and I'll just add in the .com or whatever, and then we can kind of go from there. So, right, okay. Darkness, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Good to see you here. Thanks for joining in. Did send? Do you mean did send the link? Doing good. Good. So you sent the link. Where did you send it to? Was it my email? Let me check my email. Okay, I don't see anything in my email. If you put it in the chat's going to scrape that out. It's not going to, you can't put in direct URLs in the chat. Which is what I was saying, that maybe you could just type in like what the word of the link is. So Darkness, what brings you to the stream? I always like to know. Obviously, we got lots of people that are interested in in web design and web development. Oh, right. Okay, hang on a second. Sorry, there's lots of stuff going on, so I don't always remember everything. But that's okay. Is it .com? Because no, I saw your YouTube channel, but I don't think I've seen your website. Did I spell that right? It's coming up as the domain marketplace. Did I type that in? ALLURY.com. Yeah, I'm getting this, so I don't think I have that correct. So, yeah. So is that correct? Well, that's not. This gets to this domain part. So I'm spelling something wrong, obviously. Nothing, just scrolling around, just sailing the YouTube seas. Awesome, I love it. Yeah, interested in web design, learning web development as well. Cool, right on. Well, welcome. If you ever have any questions on web design or development or whatever, just let me know. Do I have Google Chrome? I do, but I tend not to use it because it sucks. No, it doesn't suck. I don't like, well, anyways, whatever. We don't want to get into Google stuff. But I do. Is there something you want to, so here's Chrome. I mean, anyways, while we get that figured out, I'll see what we can do here for this pricing table. Do I have Discord? Yes, do have Discord. So, hang on, let me send you the link, I guess, to Discord. I should. No. Geez. Let's go to our website here. All right. Discord link is here. Copy link. There we go. I think I could post up links in the chat. Yes, I can. Okay. So yeah, that's the Discord server. There's a few of us that are on there. I haven't really done, well, like to be real here, not doing anything with it just quite yet. So still just trying to figure it out. But yeah, it's a great place to join. And if you do want to reach out to me, absolutely reach out to me there. So much appreciated. Thank you. Discord username. I don't know. I think, is it just Pixel? I guess that, I mean, I'm not sure how, like, again, I'm new to Discord. So I guess my personal username is Odum, and I don't know if that can help you find my actual, like this, what is it, a server? It's called the server. So, anyways, so server settings, server name is just Pixel. So yeah, if you look for a Pixel, I guess that'll take you to the server as well. So cool. Anyways, yeah, hope to see you there. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. That's a bad thing for me. It's almost like one of those, like if you're a salesman, where, you know, if you need to sell a product or whatever, and someone's like, I want to give you money. It's like, I don't know how to take money. I'm sorry. Maybe you should figure it out. So sorry, not trying to, you know, make you figure this out, because I should make this super easy for you. But the Pixel, yeah, there's got to be a way that it could be like, hey, go to Discord/Pixel. I would imagine so. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do know, looking at the Discord here, and maybe Kevin, you can help me out with this, because I know you know Discord a lot better than I do. Sam as well. That maybe there's some kind of like, yeah, I don't know. All I know is that I've shared that link that I put in the comments. Maybe I could actually, like this link right here. That's got to be that's what I send people, and they click, and I guess they just join from there. So I'm sorry. I'll get better with Discord as time goes on. No, you'll join the server and get it. Okay, cool, awesome, appreciate that. Okay, I connected the domain. No idea. Oh, it's I didn't spell it right. That's why. Okay, so let's take a look. ALI. No. AILURY.com. All right. Chat with Alluri and play mini games. Learn, play, and have fun. Okay. Alluri is a bot currently in development. We aim to make its responses as natural and human-like as possible, while ensuring it is clear that Alluri, am I saying it right? Alluri? Alluri is a bot and not a human being. Okay. Problems and solutions. Using language model for learning. Okay. So this is a work in process. I guess the question, hang on, sorry. You can pay for like a custom domain for, like to have it for Discord. That would be really cool. I don't think we're at the point yet where I need to pay for that, but that would be really, really cool. The hover effect is a little weird. Yeah. So Leo, cause it's a work in progress. How much feedback do you want to get? Like, I'll just I'll just be honest with my feedback, and I'll put it in, and it's not, if you're like me, have the thick skin at least. Okay. So let's just look at the initial design and the look and feel. So I could tell right now it's just a lot of placeholders. So you haven't really done too much with it, and that's perfectly fine. But what the things I would focus on right now is let the user know kind of right away what it is all about. Like this stuff that you have right here, I think this should be put much higher into your whole hero section. So once the user kind of reads, hey, welcome, and like this learn, play, and have fun, that's great, but that doesn't say what the person's going to be doing here on the website. So I would have it there, and then I would have a little bit more of this description, kind of putting it here. And this whole, this stuff, you could put this stuff later on or down below. It doesn't need to be in the big section. So just tell the user what it is that you do. And there's a lot of, like, I love white space, but there's too much white space around here. Because like this whole section, and then you have to scroll all here. So there's a lot. So I would think about tightening up the design a lot more to make it a little bit more cohesive. And again, so I don't know again how far you are in the process. Let me okay, hang on a second. Hang on. Great to Noor, hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a while. Great to catch you live. Great to see you. Great to have you here. So awesome. Darkness gives it a 6 out of 10. I don't know, maybe start and try it out. It's free. I would really appreciate it. Oh, you thought about the bot. Yeah, we'll get to that. Absolutely, we'll get to that. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, no, much appreciated. Much appreciated. My pleasure is what I meant to say. But again, here, I know you're just in the development stages too, so you probably haven't thought too much about stuff. But when you're looking at your colors here, the contrast is pretty poor. So like this white text here and almost the white hover effect. So you need to bump up that contrast here. And this is basically unreadable. So, and these things aren't really clickable. So I don't even think you need to have this type of effect unless you want to draw a slight attention to it, like maybe give it a slight shift in color, or maybe just move it up a little bit, just to add a little bit of dynamic interactions with these things. But other than that, yeah, just be careful with your hover effects and your contrast between your fonts. And then start chatting now. Yeah, so I think what would do well with this site as well too is that everything is expanding to the full width of the screen. And I'm using a 4K monitor, so it's like 2800 pixels or 3400 pixels. I don't know, a big amount. And I would think about maybe having a maximum width of your whole site so that it fits within a nice container, because especially you're just text, it's much easier for somebody to read something that's like 800 pixels wide, so that their eyes don't have to go, too much scrolling side to side, right? So I just maybe consider tightening things up a little bit. Yeah, just a lot of tightening up too, and like think about maybe using some color or whatever. Again, I don't want to say too much about color because you're not there yet, which is totally cool. Just want to try it out. You don't even really need that because up here, get people to what you want them to do. What you want people to do is you want them to start using your chat, right? Put that button right here, right front and center. Welcome to Alluri. We're a chatbot in development. Hey, it's really fun, whatever. Big, huge button, start chatting or have fun or whatever it is. Then you could go into the disclaimers of like, oh, well, we're just starting out now. Or even you have the button and then you could put a little thing there. It's like, hey, we're just starting out. It's new, calm down, whatever the case may be, right? So you can put that there. So all of this stuff, everything you have here should even be within the context of this landing page where I shouldn't even need to scroll that much. That's how much more extra space that you have on the site. That shouldn't be there. So just a quick thing here for your site. I mean, it's nice too. You have the start button as well too, which I imagine is going to be the same as this. Yeah, it's taking you to the same place, which is really, really cool. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm editing while you're giving tips. Yeah, cool. Right on. Yeah, you could fill in the white space with some images too. Yeah, and I don't even know if it needs images though, especially if this is like a text-based game. Well, we'll see when we play. So that'll give us a little bit more information here. Now you designed it well. Just use some images and some bolded text. Okay, so yeah, kind of saying difference of what I'm thinking. Yeah, so this is the thing with design. You're going to have people that have different opinions on what they like and what they don't like. So right here, stick either they all have a capital letter or start with a capital letter or none of them do. So just kind of keep that in keep consistent, I guess there. Okay, so this is just like a scrollable menu. Yeah, I would definitely not have this full screen. I would just compact things and just tighten things up quite a bit. Okay, let's start. Okay, so your profile. Again, I would, right here. I'm just going to say it like this right here. What do you got here? Variable color. Like, you gotta bump this up. Even just, okay, maybe not white because you have some other stuff. It's very difficult to actually see the text when you're at 0.5. Like even this enter username, you can't see that, right? So you always kind of want to think about usability. So this one here, I would even just doing something like this would be much, much better. So personal preference for sure of how you want to go, but okay. So okay, so I'm hovering over here and I can't see the button, so maybe you want to just change that. Again, I know work in progress, so it's all good. All good. Do I have to choose a profile picture? Let's see what happens. So if I don't, maybe it makes me, there's some sample ones here. Okay, so this is an actual calculator. Okay, it's correct, so that's good. Okay, cool. So it's like different functions, different things that you can do. So if I go back, how do I go back? Can I go forward? Okay, how do I go back? Okay. I would say what would be nice too is if you're in, I guess you're in like a game or a program or whatever, having maybe the other games or like a back button or something so that people can know that they can get back to the other stuff. Like I'm using my back button on my mouse to go back. But yeah, just having something to go back. And yeah. Oh, it's got the time up there. That's kind of cool. So if I want to play tic-tac-toe, I could play versus computer. I guess do I go first? Okay, so we take this square. Okay, so this computer is not the very good at tic-tac-toe because they've just lost, but that's okay. So we'll do this, and then yeah, so they lost. So basically in tic-tac-toe, if you take a corner or a middle piece, you'll lose every time. Okay, so now it kind of depends on how they go from here. We might be able to trick it a little bit. Yeah, we did. So, yeah, interesting. That's kind of cool. And it plays chess as well too. Yeah, so the opacity is a big issue. And of course with the chess, you want to make it that's an actual chessboard. Anyways, I'm just going to say right off the bat though, this is really, really cool. This is really awesome. So great job. I can imagine just the work in making this actually work. So kudos to that, because that's really awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I want to see what we got here. Ooh, what are you doing? Did it make a move? I think it did. I can't tell. Invalid move. Oh, I'm blocking. Okay, so that's cool. So yeah, I don't want to, oh my God, on a computer that's so small on my iPad. On the iPad, it's big. Yeah. There is one to click the arrow. I didn't see it. So maybe that's one of the issues as well too, having it on this larger screen. So I couldn't see it. So I have a blur effect on them so you can't see through, but it seems not to work on a computer. It works on iPad. Yeah, so I guess it depends on the browser as well too. So that's one of the joys of designing and developing is you have to be wary of different browsers and how they behave. Okay, so I don't want to get too bogged down into like UI and usability stuff because I will say there's lots of things that could be used for improvements, like your alerts that you had there. especially if you're playing chess. I mean, right where if I'm looking here, I'm trying to, where my eyes are, where my mouse is, like I'm looking here and I make a move and I try to make a move, that alert that came out, number one, it was really, it didn't stand out because it was also just very white and transparent. So I didn't even notice that it showed up there. So if it's something like that, you'd want to bring it red or whatever to bring that to my attention, and maybe put it like right down here on the chessboard. Like, hey, that was an invalid move. Again, I know it's a work in progress, so I don't want to be too critical on that for sure. So, but it's really, I don't know, really great stuff. This is just, I've seen, I don't know if you've seen like cool math games. D and J. Oh. But it reminds me of something like that where you can just click on the different games and just kind of fool around and just play. I think there was a D somewhere here. Yeah, there was. Cool. Also, it gives you a little bit of a hint of where things are. Okay. Shoot, there was a K somewhere else. I can't remember. No. That was a J, right? Anyways, this is really cool. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's a cool little intro effect you have there. Yeah, if you do want to have like as you keep developing this, if you do want more, like I could give you lots of feedback in terms of how the games are laid out and how they're designed, and give you some more UI UX tips. But I think we'd be better served if we'd hop on like a Discord chat or something like that, and I could definitely give you some more feedback. Because I think you have the really good framework, but the UI and UX needs could use a little bit of TLC. So great job. So it's really, really cool. Even for me, like I wouldn't even know where to start to make this. So you're saying it's using a bot. Like, what are you actually using to build this? Yeah. Are you using some type of AI? Or are you actually writing JavaScript for this? That's crazy. I don't know. Great job, though. Great job. Man. You guys are like so talented. I've seen the stuff that you're doing and the stuff that Sam's doing on his Figma. It's like, man, I'm just going to crawl into a hole. You guys are just too good. Yeah, awesome. Awesome work. Okay. Now I'm like, oh man, I gotta work on my crummy components. Yeah. I'm running so much and nothing is arriving. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, if you want to work on the stuff that I gave for the homepage and the layout, I think if you make some improvements on that, I think that'll help you dictate what you make the improvements on the individual games themselves. And I'm really happy to go into each and every game and provide my feedback for those. Yeah. Also a pasta bot. Okay, let me give it another. Hang on, I see. Okay, so let's go back to start. Okay, where are we? Start. Right, so this is the, okay. Okay. Well, so I think this is the alert box. So I guess you don't want to show the alert box unless there's actually something to alert. Okay. So the text, as you can see here, this is very, very, very difficult to read. I almost can't even read it. Uh, hmm. And the bot itself, yeah. I think I've got work to do. Garney work. Sorry, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a loss in translation here. What the heck? Why is the gap so big? Yeah, that's one of those things too, especially when it's like work in progress. If other people are looking at it, it's like, oh boy, what's going on? So are you a chatbot? I don't know. So what's this? Okay, that's to upload something. Darkness, please visit my link. Yeah, sounds good. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. We're going away from designing components to looking at sites, which is all good. Okay, so this is dark mode. Yeah, all your buttons are, they're all they're all kind of compressed here. Whoops, what did I press? F11. Wait, hang on a second. What did I do? Okay, bring out the menu. I kind of see. What do we got here? Probably has something to do with here. You got absolute position stuff. You got to be careful when you're dealing with absolute position. Because all these guys here, yeah, because these are absolutely positioned as well too. So yeah, I'm gonna have some issues with that. So just a little bit of work to do here with the CSS. Oh my God, there's so much. Hey, it's all good. We all got stuff to improve on. So it's fantastic. It's mind blowing how it looks on a computer. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're on your tablet, but you're using a browser on the tablet, I would imagine. Okay, so let's see. What are these things? So what I would recommend is when somebody's hovering over an icon, like you should have like a title tag on them so that people know what they are. Because I don't know what any of these are. I mean, I could guess by the shape of the icon. But it's good to have that. So when people hover over it, it's like a tooltip or whatever, right? So that just needs a title, an HTML title, which will make it appear automatically. So let's go back. Oh, it went back there. So yeah, it really looks great on my iPad. Yeah. Yeah. So, can you tell me a poem? Oop. Sorry, but I have no idea what to answer. Yeah. So really cool. I don't know exactly. Doesn't even blur anything. Yeah. It's not that things are blurry here. It's just that the contrast is so low that it's just really light in its color. Right. So yeah. Anyways, keep it up, keep going, keep building, and you'll get there. You'll get there. All right. So hang on a second. I don't know if I want to flash anything here, but all right, user accept. Okay, sorry. I think Darkness, you sent me something on Discord. I'm just looking here. That's me. Is your user just like user? Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay. There we go. Hey. Okay. So link. So link? Question mark? This is weird. I'm like chatting with you but texting at the same time. All right. So what are you looking for here? Are you looking for for feedback, I would imagine. Rolando, brother, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? All right. So Darkness, yeah, you're looking for just like design feedback. I'll go from there. Okay. So let's see. We're at like I want to say Zendesk, but it's not Zendesk. So Xendesk. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Discover the latest gadgets. Innovation at your fingertips. Go to for cutting gadgets. Explore a curated collection of small home devices. Draw on some more. Okay. Read more. Okay, we just got placeholder stuff here. Okay. All right. About us. And contact. Text over there. Follow us on unknown for now. But again, work in progress, I would imagine. It's not responsive. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if we go to products. Okay. So we got another kind of like a one-page thing. Okay, so in terms of feedback, so there's a couple of things here, and I'll just go over some general usability things here, and maybe just some design principles. So what I would say, your menu here on the top, I would give this a little bit more breathing room. So you have your search bar here, but you don't have any space on the top and bottom. So what I would look to do is just to take this whole, I think you could take this whole nav bar here. And, oh, this is taking, what is going on here? I think if we could just even add a padding to it. I don't know, like 12 pixels. Like something like that. So that right away, that just gives it a little bit more space to breathe. So that's pretty nice. Okay. The design is broken in my monitor. So I get that a lot too, right? So it's kind of funny though. One of the reasons why I do pull it up in full screen is that, like, I don't know if it's the first rule of design or whatever, but you got to make sure it's going to work on no matter what device a user is going to be using, right? So it's just a 4K monitor. I mean, they're pretty common. I don't know, how common, right? But, if we make it smaller, it's that. But it's still, at least the intro, it's still pretty much the same thing, in terms of where things are at. So, so yeah, it is pretty big. Okay. So I have to start programming on computer. Great website, by the way, Darkness. Awesome. Thanks, Leo. So, okay. So, and kind of the same thing that I was talking to Leo about, bring this read more. If that's what you want people to do, because I think you hit read more and, nothing happens. Okay. So I'd imagine it's to scroll down to the text here. I would, this font could be a lot bigger. And this could be a lot bigger as well too, especially if you're like me, watching it on a 4K monitor is very, very small. And I imagine the size is going to be the same no matter what size you're looking at. So you can make this hero section a little bit bigger, and you bring up your call to action to kind of below here. So you can look at doing that. And if you're going to have it centered and you just want to have the call to action, you could think about if you centered the whole call to action in the middle of the frame with this as the background. Like basically this kind of comes down and then this comes up and everything's kind of in the middle. So just center it aligned vertically. With your background image here, there's a lot of contrast from the pure white to the black kind of pads here. So you might want to put an overlay to darken it a lot more. I'd say at least maybe 50% opacity. And then this white text will be a lot more legible because when you're getting into certain areas where it's white and there's that different contrast, it's harder to read. So, and if the text was bigger, it might make it a little bit easier to read as well too. So, But yeah, well, there's pixels. Yeah, I didn't even look at that to see if, like, I'm not getting too technical here in terms of what you're using. Yeah, but if you're using pixels for your font sizes, that'll make it a little bit tougher to respond. But either way, whether it's pixels or REMs, the sizing of the text is not going to respond with the browser. That's going to have to be done with media queries. Right. So the monitor is so wide, guys. I'm getting a little. Come on, man. It's my monitor. What? Leave it alone. You know, it's a nice monitor. This was an expensive monitor. Okay, it cost me like dollars and dollars. So leave my monitor alone. All right. So. So again, this is good here. And again, because my monitor is so wide, it's going to look a little bit off-centered here. So again, if you're just going to limit the width of the whole container, then you're going to be able to compact this a little more, and you're not going to get these really huge long lines of text. But here, I'll just, just so you guys stop giving me too much of a hard time, I'll shrink it a little bit. Having a title on these would be good, but again, I don't know what this is supposed to signify. So, I'm not going to be too critical or too picky on that. But the line spacing, the line height, you might want to look at extending that a little bit because it's a little bit difficult to read. That's maybe just, again, nitpicking stuff. Featured products. So I would look at, again, very nitpicky design stuff, but your spacing in between your lines and your next content area, I would look at making that the same. Or I think what would probably look better is to get rid of these line breaks completely. I think there may be just like you have HR, like an HR tag in there. I guess I could just take a quick look. Yeah, you got these HR. So, I mean, if you just get rid of those and just have consistent spacing in between the sections, I think that'll make it breathe a little bit better. So that'll be nice. So I like these feature sections. Again, just watch out for your spacing that you have here. Make sure this button goes down at the bottom, and then you have your nice grid aligned. Because yeah, I think, again, I guess if I go, I mean, it's supposed to be like this. So I get what you're going with, but yeah, if I take my screen, build it, then you're going to have problems. So just little things to think about. Your about us is fine. I'm not sold on this image, but I'm not going to be, again, it's a work in progress. So I'm not going to nitpick any of the images that you end up using. So until I get the actual text that's kind of in there. The only thing that I'll say is this text here is center aligned, and this stuff here is like left justified, and it's also like made out like I don't even know what's it called when you're like totally left and right justified, and it fills up like a book. I don't know what that's called, but you have that here. So I would just maintain consistency, and the font size is different as well too. And I think the font itself is different too. So just be consistent in your font. Pick one font. One font for headings and one font for the main body. That's it. That's, as when you're learning design, that's all you're allowed to do. And go with the standard stuff that just kind of always looks good, right? Like you have Roboto, the Inter font, or even Georgia is a nice serif font. So this is nice here, but what I would do is I would take it out of a grid and just use nice imagery, like have some icons over at the top and say like, why choose us? And I guess the only example I can give, I don't want to plug my stuff because that's not what I'm wanting to do here. But if I can just show you kind of what I'm talking about here is right here. If you just have like images, just bring it up. Right. Like these images, like whatever, just have an icon. It doesn't have to be these ones at all. Just an icon, a little text, and a little bit of like a heading and maybe some text. That I think will look really, really nice on that section right here. And then make sure they're kind of even. I see this middle one is not the same width. Make sure they're all kind of the same width. Yeah, nothing wrong with your contact form. Again, be consistent with your buttons as well too, with your button styling. And just take a look at your coloring here. with your text color, and make sure that you have really good contrast on your text so that your text is legible. Oh, sorry, I'm leaving that comment on the screen. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There's a bunch of comments here as I'm talking. Expensive doesn't mean good for my monitor. Yeah, well, I said dollars and dollars, so I made it sound like it's cheap. So yeah, but this is okay. I'm not defending my monitor. It's a really good color accurate monitor for designers. Okay, so so that's it. So darkness. Oh, I'm sorry. So I should look at these comments as I was talking, because I'm not sure what's going on here. Is this product in the grid or UL? Yeah. So the thing is, I didn't want to get too like into the weeds in terms of like the HTML structure or anything like that. Just giving kind of generic design things that can be done right now, and then we could get more into the weeds of how things are done and how we could build things. But is this in a grid or list? Yeah, that's a good question. This is in it's display. It's a display flex. So, which makes sense, but that's why you're getting this wrap over here. So, so, and yeah, and having some other issues as well too, even if you go smaller as well. So the thing about it is, if you take this explore more button, I think that button is inside the grid. Yeah. So take this out of your flex right there, and that'll stop that problem from happening. And then things will respond accordingly, because flex just responds automatically. There's still some issues here with how it's flexing. Yeah. So it's in Flexbox. Oh, sorry. The comments there you guys are talking about in the comments. Yeah, that's using Flexbox. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Question marks. Okay, so you guys were just kind of talking about that. Yeah, so something like this might even be better using a grid instead of using Flexbox. Then you have more control over it in terms of how many rows and how many columns you want, depending on the resolution of somebody's screen. So I might use that. Product query. Okay, yeah. So yeah, overall things to consider for this. I would say number one, your fonts and your text size. Make sure everything's consistent. Number two, your white space in between the sections of your content areas. Number three, your buttons, make them consistent across the whole website. And make your text styling, of course, how you're justifying things, make that consistent. Change this thing into a little bit of a nicer 3-column grid for this section. And yeah, and just look at your contrast between your colors. If you fix that right alone, those are like easy hanging fruit, which is going to make your site pop out that much more. So yeah. So other than that, though, good work. Good. Especially for something, I think you're saying you're just starting out and you're learning. So good on you. This is a great start. So lots of promise. Oh yeah, and then this hero section too. Just kind of tighten it up and just kind of like the hero sections that we were working on. I'll just bring them up here real quick. Again, not plugging my stuff here. But hey, if you just use pixel pieces, you'll have stuff in no time, right? Like this is basically the hero section that you have. Is you have this. So you have the background image, and then you have your text, and then your subtext, and then your call to action button. Of course, you can play around with the spacing or whatever, but that's what you have. And I think that would look really, really good for what you're going with. So yeah. So what am I compensating for? Is this the monitor talk? What nothing. Hey, you guys don't want to see this other monitor, this other one that I look at where I have all my other stuff. It's even bigger than this monitor. And it's still 4K, but it's like anyways, yeah, I'm not compensating for anything. Oh, jeez. So Doom, you should make a video showing how to create that page correctly in terms of design, semantics, and usability. So that's kind of really cool. It's a neat idea. So I wouldn't mind. I've seen I don't know a lot, but I've seen YouTubers that do they do videos where like, hey, send me in your designs, and then I'll just like very quickly, like I'll make improvements to it. And I think that's a really good idea, and it's something that's on the list to do. So that would be really cool. So I think, yeah, it's finding what time I could take to do that type of content. I think it would be really, really good. So maybe what we'll do, I think, yeah, you know what we can do, what would be really good. Sorry, there's some Discord stuff coming in here too. So I think what would be good, I don't understand Discord. I just did something. Probably create like a channel on here, or is that what it is? Yeah, a channel where it'd be like website reviews. And it's like, do you want me to do like a live YouTube video, like reviewing and not fixing, but reviewing and what I would do to your website kind of thing? That would be really, really cool. And I think number one, I think that would be great for you guys, especially if you're looking to get my feedback. I guess that would be beneficial for you. And then I guess it would be beneficial for me, because then I could just create content with that and put it out there. And, it's something that we can all learn from. So that would be cool. I like that, Rolando. I like that idea. So it's really, really good. But then you're also talking about semantics and usability. So yeah, I don't know if we'd go into the code, but it'd be almost more of like laying something out in Figma really quick and then saying like, well, this is how we just really quickly rearrange it, especially if I can get good enough in Figma that I can do things really, really quickly. But I do like the idea, and we're going to roll with it at some point. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like using pixel pieces, like how would I like completely rework that? Ooh, yeah, I see. I want to be careful with that, because even in your opinion, do you think that would be too cheesy? Like if someone sends over a site, says, hey, can you review this website? Sorry, let me just full screen a little bit here. If someone comes up to me and says, hey, do you want to review a site? Or can you review my site? I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, great work. By the way, I'm just going to redo it in pixel pieces. I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit cheesy. If that's, I don't know. Again, there's certain things that I know the videos I'm going to make is like how to build, we're going to build this site that we have designed. We're going to build in pixel pieces. I'm going to show you how to use pixel pieces to do that. So that content is in development. So that's on the way. But if someone sends over something, I don't think I want to like, hey, I'm just going to design this unless they want me to, I guess. I don't know. Cause I don't want all my videos to be like, hey, just too salesy and too scammy. I don't know. I could be overthinking this. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I love the idea. I love where you're going with that, and we'll figure something out here with that. So Leo, your website is I don't know how many is that 100 million? I can't say how many zeros that is. 100 million times better than my first and last one. So I think Leo's talking to Darkness there. So high praise. So awesome guys. Love it. Again, my same comment. What are you selling? Well, I hear what you're saying, man. I hear what you're saying, but you're not always selling. Again, I guess I maybe listening to too much Gary Vaynerchuk, right? He's like the jab, 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 cross or hook or whatever that is. Whereas like, you always give things to people. Like you give out the goodwill. He's like, here's something for free. Here's something for free. Here's these things. And then when you're ready to make the sale, people are like, yes, of course, I love what you do. You've given me so much. I'm going to give something to you. So I don't want every single content that I have, like a sale. Do you know what I mean? So I get it. What are you selling? But just by building a community and building that goodwill to people that, hey, listen, every time I post a piece of content, it's not always about selling. It's about building that trust. It's like branding and building that brand trust, right? If someone sees my videos and says like, hey, this guy, every time he does like a website review or critique, let's just say we do like weekday website critique, whatever, Wednesday's website critique. And we do that every Wednesday, and I don't push at all pixel pieces, or I don't even talk about it. I don't know, it gives that goodwill to those people. And then when I do talk about it, they're like, you know what? I've listened to like 10 of your critiques. You have really good insights. And now you're telling me about this product that you have that whatever, I could build websites faster, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to buy it because I trust you that you're not just selling me all the time. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, in this case, you're giving design advice and good web. Yeah, well, 100%. I guess that's what I'm selling in those videos. Yeah, for sure. And I guess I guess what I'm selling is, like what I would want people to do is to have like trust in me and trust in my brand, that if they're going to come at me with a website critique, that I'm going to do my best to give them my honest feedback from what I know and my experience as a web designer, right? And that kind of that trust. So I guess that I'm selling me, I guess, if that makes any sense. And I think that's kind of where you're going with that. So yeah. So Darkness, I messaged you in Discord. Is there something that I need to take a look here? Did I miss something? Okay. Just practicing, not a real website. Yeah, not responsive. This is what I made. Yeah. No, fair enough. I made this one recently. Yeah, this looks, yeah. Sorry, oh shit, I'm sorry. I had this thing on and you guys can't see because I switched. Let's just sorry, can I full screen this? So this is just a link. Okay, I see this, yeah, it's on your local server, so I guess we can't see it. Yeah. Yeah, like looking at that, like super clean, super professional looking. Yeah, consistent with the fonts, clear call to action. Very nice. Hey, navigating the digital landscape for success. I don't know what that means, but that's not the point. Those are hard. Coming up with content, and if you're watching me for a while, you know that coming up with content is like the hardest thing that I can do. Really good. And yeah, I was just going to say, Rolano's just said it there. The animation, just as it comes in, it's really nice. Let's see, you can click on it, just refresh. Yeah, it's nice. Although I would say that animation is what? How long is that animation? It's like 2 seconds. I might consider bringing it down to like 1 second. But anyways, that's just in terms of my preference, of like just kind of, the animation's cool if it could be subtle, but don't have it lingering too much. 2-3 seconds might be a little long. But anyways, that's just like nitpicking stuff, but really, really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, Rolano's saying here, he's echoing the words. So simple, fast, clear. And Darkness, if Rolano's saying it, then you know it's legit. So Rolano's great. He's always giving me some great feedback. So by the way, use GSAP for that. This is not the first time that GSAP has come into the conversation in a stream. And that is, I think those are like the custom made like animations in JavaScript, right? Are you paying for it, or is there like a free version? Yeah, there's free, and I guess you only get a certain amount of plugins and access to the private repository. Oh, that's cool. They actually get the actual code. Well, that's kind of cool. What if you want a permanent license? See, that's nice. At least it gives you the option. Although that's a big, steep jump in price. From $200 a year or $1,000 for the permanent license. Anyways, I don't want to get... no, it's free. Yeah, using the free version. Yeah. Cool. This is interesting. I can't wait to start talking about pricing once we start, getting people to join the site and all that kind of stuff too. And start talking more about the business aspect of stuff as opposed to the just here's me just designing and building stuff. So those are going to be really interesting conversations because I have strong opinions on pricing, at least in terms of what I like. I don't have strong opinions in terms of what I think is the best thing for Pixel. I think that's, we'll see where it ends up, and I'm open to everything. But like for me, I'm like, oh, I'd love to buy it, but like 5 times the price of a yearly thing. Oh, it's like, do I know I'm going to use it for 5 years? That's a lot. And I almost would want to, cover by license, optional $100 a year after 3 years. Ooh, and then you have to spend more even to get updates after 3 years, so you don't even get access to the full upgrades. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Not a big fan of animations, but it really looks and feels good on that site. Yeah, I think that's the thing with animations. You want to make them subtle and not in your face, and you don't want it to interfere with the ability of the user to be able to interact with your content and perform the actions that you want it to perform. Which is why I said, maybe, if, especially when it's like a loading thing, load the site as quickly as possible so people can kind of see what's going on. But it's a really, really nice effect. Anyways, really, really cool. Awesome. Anyways, guys, it's already past 2 hours. So, man, I got this. This is what we've done in 2 hours, at least in terms of the components. But that's okay. I love talking to you guys. It's fantastic. It's too expensive for my taste, especially because in the end you can make them by learning with a little CSS and JavaScript. Yeah, for sure. And I think if you're new and you're trying to figure things out, I think it makes sense to, if you're purchasing something like that, to get started and making something really nice really, really quickly, especially as if they have the free version. But yeah, if you're, I don't know, they have plans there for teams. So I'm just trying to think of myself. If the agency ever takes off, and we'll find out actually what's going to happen on our call on Friday that we have with our potential client, which is going to be interesting. So I'll let you guys know how that call goes. But if my agency ends up growing and I have a team of developers and they're like, hey, listen, yes, I could write it by hand, but it'll take me 2 hours. Or we could just buy this tool, and then whenever we have some kind of custom JavaScript that we want to do or animation, I could get it done in 5 minutes. So then it becomes a simple math number as a business owner, right? Okay, how many hours does my team spend hand coding animations? And I guess we can come up with our own internal library. Certainly we could do that. But it's like, how much time does it cost versus can we just pay for something that'll alleviate that time burden, I guess you can say. And then it could free up time to do other things to make more money in the company. So that's kind of how I like to think about things. And I know I think you have to dissociate how you think of a price on an individual personal level of what you would pay as a person versus what makes sense for a business. And that's something I'm having a lot of trouble with. And sometimes you can't even really take the two apart, especially I guess for me, because I'm a one-person businessman right now anyways. So interesting questions for sure. And stuff I'm sure we're going to talk about as well too. Now I'm building a website for a client. She's a professional cuddler. What does that mean? That's interesting. Working on a design part. Cool. Right on. Well, congratulations on the client. That's always great to have client work. It's always good to have money coming in the door. So that's awesome. So congrats on that. But what the hell is a professional cuddler? Okay. Are we keeping this family friendly, or is this a professional cuddler? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if we want to go there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's see if we get a response to that. Yeah, I don't know what else. Yeah, what else that could mean. Yeah, keeping the channel peachy. Well, I mean, I don't know. If you guys go there, I'll go there. But yeah, I don't know what a professional cuddler is. Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay. Anyways, Nora, let me know. But yeah, I think. What are we? Today's actually, what day is it today? Today's July 31st. It's actually my daughter's birthday today. So I think I have to go do some dad things. But they're out now. They're doing birthday shopping. I don't do anything crazy shopping, but she likes to go. She likes Michael's because she loves art. And then I definitely encourage her to do she does drawing and stuff. And I want to hire her to help draw some stuff for Pixel, actually, because she's better than me now at her art. So it's amazing. So anyway, so she loves doing that kind of stuff. So anyways, the kids are out shopping, doing the birthday shopping, but they're going to be back. And so there's a couple of things. And of course, it's Pizza Wednesday because Maya, she says she wants pizza for her birthday. So we have Pizza Wednesday and we'll have Pizza Friday as well too. But Kevin, don't worry. It's going to be, for me, moderated amounts of pizza. A couple slices, not 4 or 5, just like 2. So anyways, yeah. Love R2. I'm just not good at it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you just enjoy the process, right? And enjoy getting as good as you possibly can. And just sitting down and like drawing and whatever. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of nice. That's what got me into web design in the first place. I was like, I like to draw, but who's going to pay me for that? And I was like, I could create and draw things online on computer. That's really cool. And then that just took me off on this whole journey. And here I am, right? So you never know where things could lead you. So it's pretty cool. I think we agreed that 6 was the appropriate amount. Ooh, that's 6. Okay. Well, how big are the pieces? 6 is the appropriate amount. Maybe 6 slices, like a week, should be my max amount of pizza that I eat. Or if I have the 6 slices, then I just know I have to go on the bike for like 3 hours minimum and do like 100 pull-ups or 100 pull-ups. I can't do 100 pull-ups to save my life. At this stage, I used to be able to, not anymore. Anyways, maybe like 100 push-ups every 2 slices of pizza I eat. Yeah. If you are like my niece, carry your credit card with you. Yeah. See, this is the problem. Now my wife's got the credit card, so we'll have to see what's gonna happen there. But no, my kids are. My family's pretty good, and we don't spend money. I spend more money because I buy like fancy tech gadgets and stuff that are super expensive. So, if they go off and spend $50 at Michael's, I'm totally okay with that. And they deserve it. Yeah. If your daughter's like, yeah, Kara, same comment. Yeah. She's good though. She's great. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to get all gushy here. I can eat as much as I want. I never gain weight. I do not know if that's a flex. Yeah, that's a flex. Because I did a video like, how long ago was it, guys? I think was it Friday? I don't know. It wasn't too long ago. It was a couple days ago. And it was just all about maintaining, like I'm working really hard on trying to build this business. But I've been neglecting my health and fitness basically. And one of the things that I do is I overindulge in the food that I eat. And sometimes I do that too because I'm so busy and I just, I don't know. I like food sometimes. I guess I could even say that I'm an emotional eater at some points. So anyways, so we're just talking about that and I just gotta, I'm doing this 60-day like reverse binge where I'm just trying to lose as much body fat as I can and get to the point where I'm much healthier and getting all this kind of baby fat off the face. So anyways, but yeah, that is a flex. I used to be like that in the younger days, where there used to be this burger place that was close to my house or whatever. So I drive there, and this is back in time when things were actually affordable. But they'd have these big, huge burgers, and this is the only place in the world that this burger place was. It was in Sudbury, Ontario. It's a place called Deluxe Hamburgers. And they had $1 burgers. So I would go there almost every day and order 4 burgers, and it would be like $4. Just line them up on the dash and just like eat them all the time, like after school or whatever. So yeah, I used to be able to eat as much as I want back in the day too. And then I was always exercising. I was playing badminton all the time and just outside all the time. So you're just burning all the calories. So you're just moving all the time. So that's the difference now. I eat the same like I did when I was in high school, but then I don't move. I just sit on a desk all day. So, the roosters are going to come home to roost. Is that the saying? I don't know. Eventually it catches up to you at some point. Yeah, exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, he must be under 30 years old. That's why he can do that. Yeah, 100%. But it's actually kind of sad now too, though. When you're seeing lots of kids now, kids that have diabetes and kids that that are really overweight and stuff. And it's like, oh my goodness. Cause I mean, kids can eat a lot, but there's always a limit as well too, to what they can eat. Cause at some point the extra energy's got to go somewhere too. So yeah, it's important to be healthy. It's super, super important. And I'll always be somebody that advocates, for people moving and trying to eat as healthy as possible and staying in shape, because it's super important. So anyways, all right. So Noor never responded what the professional cuddler is. So we'll just have to all use our imagination, guys, as to what we think a professional cuddler is. And hey, listen, Noor, if you ever finish the site, well, I mean, you will finish the site, obviously. But send a link my way. I'd love to check it out and see the work that you're doing. So that's super, super awesome. All right, everyone. I think I'll end it here for today. Sam, thank you for sharing your Figma. That's like top-notch quality, man. That's like 100%. So definitely sellable. Just the way that it looks and stuff, super, super clean. Definitely my style, for sure. So love it. And guys, Leo Darkness, keep plugging away. Great beginnings and great stuff that you guys are doing. So totally on the right path. And you guys are like so much further ahead than I was when I was first learning web design. So, cause there wasn't even YouTube. YouTube wasn't even a thing back then. So when I was learning, or I guess maybe it was just starting, cause YouTube was what, 2005? Yeah. So I don't think I started watching it till like 2007 or whatever. And I started learning stuff at around 2000, probably around 2005 was when I was kind of starting, 2004, 2005, I think. Yeah. So yeah, maybe. Anyways, whatever. You guys are in a great shape and doing some really great work. So keep it up. So yeah, have a nice day. Yeah, you as well. Thank you. Hang on a second. So Leo, serious question. Do you buy a lot of technology and large monitors to compensate for something? Okay, that's twice now I'm getting that question from Kevin. So Leo says, yeah, yes, I am. No, I buy technology because it helps me in my job. I mean, I have to have a camera for this. And I have another camera because I do video stuff for clients. So I need to have cameras while shooting interviews and stuff. And I have to have a decent monitor. Like this monitor, okay, this is my main monitor I'm pointing at here. It's a 27-inch monitor. So it's not like it's huge, but it's just 4K and it's like super color accurate just because, you know, I'm doing design work. So I got to make sure my colors are accurate. I don't know. Just I don't know. And what else? And then I got like my microphones and stuff. I don't know. Like for me, like this microphone, it's not the most expensive microphone. I think this one's like $500 or whatever, Canadian, but it's going to last for forever. Like it's not going to die. So I've had cheaper microphones too that don't do the trick. And you know, it's not a $3,000 Neumann microphone, which is super, super expensive. So, I don't know. Just try to spend the money that, you know, that's going to last for forever. And that's that. So I don't know. Oh yeah, Canadians, I take everything seriously. It's called joking. Listen, I know, but you just pointed out, you said serious question. So like, you know, I'll say this too, though. It is, and I'm starting to get, you know, especially, I'm starting to get, you know, you guys, your personalities too, when you're kind of commenting and talking to me, which is really, really cool. And it's really, really fun and great to see. But it's hard when you're reading, because I know I can't see your face, because if we're having a talk, you know, we're talking face to face, I'll just tell you, I'll just tell you to shut up. You're full of shit. Like, stop it with the teasing or whatever. But, anyways, it's all good. I love it. I love the ribbing. I love the teasing. And that's the kind of person I am as well too. So, touche or good point or good one. I don't know, whatever. Very well played. Well played, sir. But yeah, anyways, I don't know. So it's a comment. I don't know. You said serious question. I love it. Okay, so maybe one of these days, I'll every time like you get me with one of your comments, and I take it too seriously as a typical Canadian, then I'll take like a shot of tequila or something like that. So, but it's not the same though. If I get you, then you have to take a shot of maple syrup. But I think I'd be in a little bit worse shape if I had to drink shots of tequila while you're drinking shots of maple syrup. So, anyways. Then we have to make a drunken video call with all of us who gather here in the chat. Oh God, I don't know if we want to have something like that posted live on YouTube for the world to see. for now and for forever. That would be crazy. It would be fun, but yeah, I don't know if I want to share that with the world. Or we just get together at some point and just go down. I'll just get together and have a drink in person. That would be really, really cool. That's, definitely like future stuff in terms of community. Build like a really large community. Say, hey guys, we're getting together here. One of the things that I know that I want to do is I'd love to travel. Like if you've seen my YouTube channel, I did stuff with the family where we wanted to travel around North America. It didn't quite work out because our RV we sold ended up being a piece of shit. We got scammed out of our money, blah, blah, blah. So we had to cut our trip super short. But I'd love to spend a year traveling across North America, starting in Canada, going down to America, and then going down to Mexico, or like United States of America, and then going down to Mexico, and then kind of coming back up. It would be great. And then every little place, there could be like a little stop or tour. We can just get together and hang out and meet some people. So I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, so sorry, before we go here, Nora's saying her value statement: I'm here to help you experience the transformative power of platonic touch in a safe, nurturing environment. Okay. So Rolando, I don't know. So am I? Is someone pulling? Okay. So let's assume for a second this is serious, and I think it is. So it reminds me of somebody. I can't remember her name. I think it's Heather. It's Heather something. She was one of the first people that, I think her book is called The Art of Asking or something like that, about don't be afraid to ask people for something. So, and I think like this, like in all seriousness, if this is a serious thing, I think it has a lot of merit because there's a couple things. Number one, I think so many people are lonely. So many people lack, just don't have friends and don't have a community, don't have people that they could relate to and engage with. So many people are alone. It's actually really, really unfortunate and really sad. And a lot of people lack that human connection. And we're social animals, and we need to have that personal connection with other people. It just brings out your, your feel good, like it releases, oxy, what the hell is that called? What's that feel good, like pheromone or chemical? Anyways, oxytocins, whatever it is. I think it releases that when you have physical contact with people. So getting to the point where you can have someone that can just give you that physical contact without any strings attached, just like, hey, I'm here, I'm close, I'm listening, I see you. I think that's very powerful stuff. And going back to that person, Heather, I get what's her name? The art of asking. I think that's the name of it. Amanda Palmer, that's her name. All right. So this is the person, The Art of Asking. So what she says, I think it's in her book, and she probably said this in a few videos, is that she would do lots of the kind of panhandling stuff. And one of the things that she did was she dressed up as like this white statue and have roses. And if you put in like $1 into her, like whatever, busker cup or whatever, that she would like make this intense eye contact with the person and then give them a rose. And it was a thing of like, hey, I see you, and I acknowledge your presence and whatever. And she was saying that in that kind of thing, kids are home, in that kind of environment, like people would like break down just crying in that kind of experience. So I could see that being really valuable, to actually being able to provide that as a service to people, because people are so lacking in that kind of thing. It's actually kind of sad to think that we need that kind of a service as like a society. But yeah, it's necessary for humans. We need that physical contact. We need to be social. I can't pronounce that. Oxytocin. Yeah, those feel good. Yeah, we need that. If you don't have that, yeah, it's not fun to be alone. No one deserves to be alone. Let's go to Spain next year, to Camino de Santiago. Okay, that's a little bit expensive for me because where I go, the family needs to come with me. So one ticket becomes 4 plane tickets. But yeah, I would love to go to Spain. I would love to. So let's be in touch. Well, obviously we'll be in touch because we'll be here for a long time. And hey, wherever, if Pixel Pieces, we get to the point where we're making some good money, Spain is definitely there. Absolutely. Oh, you nailed it. Cool. All right. So I'm not being pranked or whatever. Okay, cool. Awesome. That's totally cool. I would really love to see what you come up with for this website because there's a lot of avenues to go for this. And especially if you could nail down that emotion of resonating with the customer of what they're lacking in their life and what benefit they would get from that type of person. I'm sure you know from your client, right? Now having those conversations with her. But I really would love to see what you come up with in your design and in your website. That's a really cool project. So I'm kind of a little bit jealous, but I kind of want to see what's going on there. Anyways, you can always pretend to be single. Works for me. Yeah. Okay. And then if I might end up being permanently single from going from pretending to actually being single. Anyways, I'm not in. I love it. Not an influencer. I'm a bad influence. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I will share it when it's done. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay, Rolando, I got to go before you get me into trouble here. Okay, guys, kids are home. So as I said, I got to go do some birthday stuff today. But anyways, great conversation today, guys. Thank you so much for joining and engaging. Super appreciated. And we'll start throwing up stuff on Discord here shortly because I think that's a great way to take the conversation offline in terms of the stream. So much appreciate that. So again, thank you so much, everyone. Much appreciated. As always, I'll be back here again tomorrow for another live stream. All right. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.